You don't need a name tag to love people. All you need is to care that they are there. So this really happened. While we're making this video, a man walked up to church needing help with something he lost here this weekend. So let's say somebody drives in and they park in the Get Air parking lot, and we're trying to be good neighbors and not park next to their building. And Pastor Taylor sees them parking there. Does he need to run all the way over here to the usher's room to get the wand and to get the vest so that he can go run back as an official parking person so that he can then say to them what they should do? No, he doesn't need to do all that. He just needs to go up and say, hey friend, we're trying to be good neighbors. Can you park over here? He just needs to show that he cares. So I'm so thankful for everybody who uses their spiritual gift, for everybody who officially serves. I'm thankful for the men who come in here faithfully week after week. I don't know if you've ever been in our usher room here. It's at the back of the auditorium. Out here's the courtyard, and this is where everybody wands up. This is where they put on the vest, and of course, best part of parking is the walkie-talkie experience. They get all that here because yes, they are coming. We do need people to officially park people, but any one of us can see somebody coming into church and we can care that they are there. Let's say somebody walks in to the front of the church office building, and oh no, lo and behold, Kate, the official receptionist, is not there. And here walks up Brad Comstock. Does he need to set up the Compass Connect Easy Up with all of his flyers to officially welcome them to the church? Or does Brad not need to do any of that? Can he just walk up to them and say, hi, how can I help you? Because he cares that they are there. See, I'm so thankful for everybody who greets, for the men who do security, for everybody on our growing Compass Connect team. I'm so thankful for everybody who does put on one of these name tags, but you don't need one of these name tags. Even everybody who serves in kids ministry, thank you. We need people to use their gifts to fulfill these roles, but any single one of us, we just need to care that people are there and to show them the love of Jesus Christ. When it comes to church, it shouldn't be about wearing a name tag. It should be about learning people's names. And the one we want to introduce them to is not us, but his name is Jesus. That's what we're here to do. And the way it really works is you don't get a position and then you start serving other people. You start serving other people and then you get rewarded with more to do. And so I think one of the big problems we have at church in America right now is we think, well, I'd like to serve, so give me a position so I can do something. There's nothing stopping you from serving other people. There's nothing stopping you right now from loving other people. You know somebody here at the church, what's stopping you from praying for them? What's stopping you from reaching out to encouraging them? What's stopping you from showing that you care, that they are there? See, this is the more excellent way. In today's scripture of the day, 1 Corinthians 13, we're also doing chapter 14. We're in this conversation right now concerning spiritual gifts. It started in chapter 12, verse 1, goes all the way to the end of chapter 14, but in the middle, like that beautiful cream in the middle of the Oreo cookie, right? There is the love chapter. So yeah, you've got a spiritual gift. We need you to use it. Hey, let's not make it about our spiritual gifts. We'll get to that in chapter 14. But chapter 13, the point is, like, are we doing what we're doing out of love? See, clearly, Paul had a concern for the Corinthians, that they all wanted to use these gifts, and they thought they were something special by using these gifts. But were they using their gifts to build themselves up, or were they using their gifts to build up other people? See, that's what 1 Corinthians 13 gets to, and it makes it clear, even if you do have a position, even if you put on a name tag or a vest or a badge, or even if you're a deacon or an elder in the church, if you're doing what you're doing, but you're not doing it with love, what are you even doing? 1 Corinthians 13 is asking the question. makes it very clear. Everybody who's officially serving at Compass HB, as we come to this chapter today, we've got a choice: love or quit. Those are the only two options. You can't do church without loving people. And anyone who comes to church can show other people that you care, that they are there. Now, in chapter 14, we get into this big discussion about the difference between tongues and prophecy. And apparently there were people speaking in tongues, but they didn't have an interpretation. And he says here in 1 Corinthians 14, what is the point of speaking in another language if nobody can even understand? Right? That doesn't make any sense. So the point he was making to correct what was going on there was, if you're going to speak in a tongue, there has to be an interpretation. Otherwise, it's just about you speaking in a tongue. It's not actually helping anyone else. And that's a great picture of what he's trying to say about spiritual gifts as a whole. Is your spiritual gift about you doing something because you're good at it? Or are you actually doing it for the benefit of the church of Jesus, to build up the other people that are there? And that's what he's trying to point out. You guys want to all speak in tongues. Well, if you prophesy, people can understand what you're saying and they can be edified. And really the point of speaking in tongues, he says here, is evangelistic, so that people could, from the outside of the church, could hear, wow, look, they're speaking in that language. It's being interpreted. I can understand it. That's really the point of that. He's saying the point is, who does using my gift benefit? Who is it really for? And he desires that things be done in order, he says. And so he's trying to give them some kind of order for their gatherings, for their services. But no one should be doing something that highlights them, but isn't really for the other people who are there. And so I want to encourage you today, as you're reading 1 Corinthians 13 and 14, what can you do to love somebody today? And when you come to church, the next time you are able to gather together with us here, and you come in through the parking lot and you walk through the courtyard and you enter the building, and there's so many people in all these seats all around you, checking their kids into the kids ministry, getting their donut right next to you. How can you show them that you care, that they are there? So you don't need a name tag to love people.